Hello YouTube family, I'm so glad you're back with me again today. Today we're going to do our Travel Tip Tuesday episode 2. So if you missed my first Travel Tip Tuesday, it was on the best times of year to go to Walt Disney World. So if you are planning a Disney trip, or if you're thinking about planning a Disney trip and you would like some advice and some help with that, one, I am a travel agent who specializes in Disney. So my email is down below if you need help planning your trip, or if you just want to watch the videos and kind of get some ideas. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, because every Tuesday, hopefully every Tuesday, I'm going to try to upload some planning tips to help you decide, when to go and where to stay, and kind of the ins and outs. What are fast passes? How do I use them? What are the best choices? The best rides for small kids? Magic bands. What are magic bands? Magical Express. There's a lot of terms when it comes to planning a Disney vacation that you may not be familiar with. So this is a good way of educating yourself on your trip. So anyway, my topic today is where to stay. So last week, I talked about when to go, the best times to go, and I will link that video up somewhere, and I'll link it in the description box too. Where to stay when you go to Disney. So some people stay off property. If you have a large group of people, you may want to rent a house that's close by. If you are concerned about budget, or if you just don't want to stay on Disney property, there are lots of other hotels in the area that you could stay at. Today I'm only going to be talking about staying on property, different options you have when you're staying on Disney property and using Disney transportation. So the first thing you need to look at is your budget. What are you looking to spend on your trip? So 2020 prices came out back in June, and they did go up from 2019. Every year they're going to go up. So that's just the way life works. So I kind of did a little research to look and see what the 2020 prices look like per night. So if you're looking at budget, a value resort is going to run you anywhere from I think 112 was the cheapest I saw, up to $300. The lowest end is going to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. And the very lowest I found were a few weeks in January, February, and then like the middle of September. That was the cheapest nights available at Walt Disney World. The higher end, that $300 a night for a standard room at a value, was going to be Christmas through New Year's. So that holiday week is the most expensive time to stay on property. So there are other times during the year that it's not much higher than that 112, but that's your lowest end and your highest end. And again, I'm just telling you the low and the high for a standard room. A lot of these hotels, the value they also have preferred rooms. The moderates will have water view rooms. Some of them will have king bedrooms where there's just a king bed instead of 2 queens. There's the new tower at Coronado Springs, and then the deluxes have club level, and so there's a lot of range of rooms. So I'm just telling you the standard cheapest room at each level of resort. So moderate resorts, the lowest I found was about $230 a night, and the highest was up around $400. Again, for the standard room. If you're staying in a tower room at Coronado in a really nice room, it's gonna cost you more than $400. But standard room, $230 to $400. A deluxe is gonna start at $400 at your lowest end. And I think that was Wilderness Lodge was kind of the lowest of the deluxes. Up to a standard room Christmas week at the Grand Floridian is about $1,100 a night. So it's very wide margin. It's, you know, $700 difference. Grand Floridian on the lower end is going to still be about $700 a night, $750. So that's, you have to look at that when you're deciding when you're going to go and where you're going to stay. You know, what are you willing to spend on this trip? The other thing you can look at, if you're wanting to stay at that higher end hotel, you can stay for less time, or you could do a split stay. And comment below if you'd like to see a video on a split stay, because I can talk about that. The other options you need to think about is location. Are you going to spend more time at a specific park? Are you going to spend most of your time at Magic Kingdom because you have, and I say this because you have small children. Now, small children, there are things to do at Hollywood Studios. There are things to do at Epcot. There are things to do at Animal Kingdom. So don't just think because you have small children you need to go to Magic Kingdom and stay there the whole time. You need to see the other parks. So if you want to if you want to go to Magic Kingdom or stay in the Magic Kingdom area to where it's easier to get to that park, Grand Floridian and Polynesian have boat service and the monorail. The Contemporary has the monorail, and you can walk to the Magic Kingdom. There is a walkway, and it doesn't take but a few minutes. Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness also have boat service to the Magic Kingdom, so those are options if you want, you know, not just to have bus transportation there. The other options you have is if you want to stay near Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Beach Club, Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk, you can walk to both parks, and there is a friendship boat you can take. The Riviera Resort, Caribbean Beach, Art of Animation, and Pop Century now have the Skyliner service that you can take between those resorts and Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So that really adds a lot, especially to those values and that moderate, that you're able to have that additional transportation service and you're not just relying on the buses. So I think that really bumps up those resorts to get more people to stay there, because they do have that additional Skyliner. Now, if you're afraid of heights, that's not an option for you because you don't want to be in the Skyliner if you are afraid of heights. The other option, if you like to go to Disney Springs, there's boat service to Disney Springs from Old Key West. Saratoga Springs, I'm thinking you can walk. I won't quote that, but yeah, Saratoga Springs is is in the Disney Springs area, and the Port Orleans resorts, French Quarter and Riverside, also have boat service down to Disney Springs. So those are other places you can go and not have to hop on a bus to get there. The last thing when you're thinking about where to stay is the number of people going with you. If you have a party of 4 or less, then you have no problem getting a standard room, you know, anywhere on property. However, if you have 5 people in your group, then you're going to have to look at some of these resorts that have that 5th sleeper. And there are several of these in the moderate and deluxe category that do have that 5th sleeper for you to use. So just talk to your travel agent, or if you're doing it yourself, when you go on the Disney World website, just make sure that you're putting in all the adults and children and the ages and everything, and it will filter out the resorts that do accommodate that 5th person. Also, if you have 5 or 6, or if you have 6 plus a child that is 2 or under, you could stay at a family suite. Now, the family suite prices are probably on par with a high, moderate, low, well, yeah, low deluxe, I would say. But they do sleep 6 people, plus you could have 1 other child in there that is under 3. So 2, 1 months. So All Star Music has these, and they are a little less expensive than the ones at Art of Animation. Art of Animation's family suites are themed for Disney movies. So there is a car section that has a cozy cone pool, and it's very picturesque. I mean, it's a great place. I like to go there just to take my kids and take pictures around all of the way they have themed it. There's also the Nemo section, which has the big blue pool. Keep in mind the big blue pool is being refurbished starting fall of 2020. So next fall, that pool will be closed, and the Cozy Cone pool and the Little Mermaid pool will be the only ones open there next fall. And then the Lion King section has kind of a play area. There's not a pool there, but there is the boneyard kind of place for kids to run around and play a little bit, climb and all that fun stuff. So those are some things you need to think about when you are deciding where to stay at Walt Disney World. I am going to do some later videos when I get through with this main, step-by-step planning, that I'll do like a value video and one on moderates and one on deluxes and then deluxe villas, and different things to think about if you're looking at these resorts and which one to choose. So if you like this video, if you are planning a trip, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified for when I upload these new videos, just hit the bell notification button and it will alert you for when a new video has posted. So I hope you have a very magical day, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.